So you're working more than 8 hours a day, constantly trying to get new clients just so you can hit 100K per month. So here's how you actually consistently scale your business without using every single waking hour just trying to keep your business alive. And this is coming from someone who was in your exact same position. My income was inconsistent. I would do everything and anything in my power to get new clients. And the clients that I did sign, I had to work 16 hours a day just to keep them happy. But once I fixed these 3 things, I made my first $1 million in profit at 17 and made $20 million in revenue for my clients. The first thing you need to fix in order to scale is your acquisition. Now, most people approach this completely wrong. You have been told that acquisition is purely a numbers game. The more you put in, the more you get out. But we both know that this is bullshit. The issue isn't volume, it's in what you're sending. You're simply not giving your prospect enough value. Your prospect gets hundreds of messages every single week from people exactly like you promising the same exact thing, but nobody is giving them actual value. If you're basically coming into someone's DMs and you're saying, hey, I can help you scale your business with my free audit, respectfully, what the fuck am I supposed to do with an audit? You send me this audit, told me all these things are wrong in my business, and I have no clue what to do with it. Here's what's actually happening. You're sending valueless shit because you're scared. You're scared that if you spend time giving someone real value, putting in time and effort, providing value for someone, and they don't respond, you're scared that you would have wasted your time, that, oh, all of a sudden I just wasted this hour or 2 hours actually providing real value for this person, and they never ended up responding to me, or they never ended up booking a call, or finally paying me. Every single time they create something valuable, even if they ghost you, you are still getting better yourself. Your brain is reinforcing the neural connections that are used in order to create this type of work, and therefore this type of work becomes easier for you, and you become sort of like a genius and an expert in your industry. So here's what you should do instead. First, find what kind of value you can actually offer someone. If there's one thing right now that will help your prospect progress in their business that they can implement right now and they can see change in their business, what would that thing be? Then the second thing is that you should test it. So ask yourself right now, if I got sent this loom or this message, or I've just seen this like piece of content, what is the one thing, the actionable thing that I can do right now? Can I implement this in my business right now without messaging this person back, without paying a single dollar, without putting in my email, without doing anything in return for this value? Can I do that? If the answer is no, then this is not real value. It's conditional value. Real value that you're actually giving away for free, they can genuinely take it without giving you an email, without giving you a phone number, without sending you a reply or booking a call with you, and they would still be benefiting from you. Give them genuine value where if they choose to walk away and ghost you, it would overall just still be a net positive for them, and it would be like you actually changed something in their business. Stop gatekeeping everything behind a hop on a call with me to get the free framework or I'll show you how. Stop gatekeeping that. If your value that you're giving is so fragile that giving away just a small sample will literally ruin your business and you will have nothing more to give to people, you just don't have a business. You just have a secret. If you're really valuable, you have more than enough to give away. Real value is stuff they can execute on immediately. Like for example, scripting 3 to 5 videos based on their stories, their philosophies, their actual like teaching style. That is literally something that someone can literally take and start recording right now without them replying to you, without them booking a call with you or replying to you. It's not a random ass funnel audit or a content calendar that nobody gives a fuck about. It's something they can practically use right now. And this applies whether you're doing outbound, running ad funnels, or even doing content. If they can't leave without paying a single dollar with a net positive, then you are not providing enough value and they will simply not want to work with you. It's as simple as that. But getting more people interested in working with you still isn't enough because then you have no idea how to actually close them. So let me guess this. You probably try to navigate a price objection one point by saying, oh bro, but price aside, would you still do it? The problem in saying stuff like this is that you just sound like every other sleazy, high-ticket sales guy online, even if you're closing for your own offer. And by the way, if your sales guys are doing this is 10 times worse, by the way, because then it just seems like the whole thing is absolutely soulless and nobody actually cares about the prospect on the call. Instead, I want you to think of your sales calls as conversations. It's essentially a conversation between you and the prospect to finally solve their issue. Except you kind of already know all the solutions. You already know how this flow will go. And since you're the expert at this, you're going to be the one controlling the direction of the sales call. You're going to be controlling the flow of this whole entire conversation. So essentially, there are 4 agreements that you need to make to close any deal on any single call. Even if it's an $80,000 package, it doesn't matter. You can close any deal with it. The first agreement is that change needs to happen. You basically need to let them know that whatever it is that they're doing right now is never going to work. Because if it was going to work, then it would have already worked for them in the first place. Clearly, it's not working. So that's why they're on this call right now. You need them to see this very clearly. The second agreement is that your method is the right one. Now that we agree that, change needs to happen, that whatever it is I'm doing right now needs to change, we need to agree on how. Okay, if I'm not doing this, then what am I supposed to do? So here's where you compare your own methodology and how you do things and compare it to everything that they've tried before or considered trying. Here, you basically need to show them with logic and numbers and less about emotions that your methodology is way more superior than other people's methodologies or other methodologies that they have considered. Now, once you agreed on the methodology, the third agreement that you need to make is that you are the right solution. Once they agree that your methodology is right, they need to also agree that you are the best person to deliver said methodology. And probably because you are the one who invented this methodology, there's nobody else who's offering it right now. Now, most people, when they try to create their own methodology, they just think of a random name or they ask ChatGPT for a name and then they call it a day. They call that this is their own unique methodology that nobody else has. But we both know it's just some repackaged bullshit. Now, for me to get into how you can actually create your own unique methodology and your own unique method is going to require a whole lot of explaining for another day, for another video. But for now, we'll just continue on with the 3 things that you need in order to scale to 100K per month. Now, the fourth agreement that you need to make in order to close any deal on any sales call is you need to show them that this will work for them. You need to basically make them feel that the results are inevitable. You basically show them that this has worked for other people like them. This is where you show them the case studies, testimonials, etc. This framework literally sells people on both the logical and emotional side. You don't need me to give you a copy-paste sales script that you basically give your brain-dead sales reps in order for them to close more deals or for them to read it word for word. No, literally, it's just a way of thinking. You can literally go on any sales call. You'll feel relaxed. You don't have to have this tension of it feel like the person's getting sold to. They literally just feel like you've guided them to the right answer. You guided them to the most obvious answer that will solve all of their problems. But you being able to close deals left, right, and center is an absolute nightmare if you don't know how to actually deliver the service properly. And this is where 99% of service-based businesses fail. They just simply do not know how to handle more and more clients. They spend a few months out of the year working on getting more clients, acquiring more clients, and then once they get a few clients, they stop acquiring new clients just so they can service the clients that they just signed. And then when those clients eventually churn out and leave, they're now stuck in this loop of get new clients, service old clients, get new clients, service new clients, and it's just this constant loop. Now look, everything so far that I just showed you in this video works, but it's just a mandate that doesn't fix the real problems that you have in your business. You see, the market shifts, the algorithms change, and most importantly, your tactics stop working. And then when that happens, you're back to square one looking for new hacks and new ways on YouTube on how to get clients with the new meta ads update. Now, inside of SuccessMap, I teach you how to think for yourself so that when something breaks, you can actually fix it for yourself. And it's truly the real difference between someone who's going to be stuck at 30K per month and probably going to fizzle out and die because their revenue is dropping. Literally, as things progress, they don't know how to think for themselves. This is the difference between someone who's going to drop off all the revenue and they're going to churn out within 1 to 2 years and someone who's going to scale to 100K plus per month. But I'll explain more about it in the end. First, let's fix your service delivery because it's a very big issue. And if you don't fix it, you get more clients, then you're going to end up being screwed. There are 3 categories of work that affect your service delivery. There's work that can be automated, there's work that can be delegated, and there's work that only you as the business owner can do. Now, you've probably heard this before, but the reason why it feels like you weren't able to automate everything in your business or you're able to delegate everything in your business is because you're trying to automate or delegate very big chunks of your business. You haven't broken these things down to the smallest possible parts. It's like no shit, Sherlock. You can't automate launching a whole new ad campaign from A to Z. You can't get to like a ChatGPT or N8N agent to do everything for you. But if we break down launching a campaign to the smallest possible parts, you can automate the copywriting part. You can delegate the graphic design part and the actual media buying part. And you can build a one-time reporting dashboard so that you don't have to do manual reporting ever again. The point is this: you can't delegate or automate any big tasks. If you try to do that, you're literally setting yourself up for failure. So here's what I want you to do. Go on a Figma board or Miro board, depending on what you're using, and break down every single part of your service delivery from A to Z. I want you to break it down into the smallest possible tasks where it cannot be broken down anymore. So I don't want you to be like, oh, copywriting, and then it goes to graphic design, and then it goes to media buying. If we're just using media buying as an example, I don't want you to do that. I want you to break down what is the process of copywriting. There's the ideation of the different messaging buckets. There's a different whatever. Again, extrapolate this to your niche, but break it down and then go through each one of these very small tasks and either automate it or delegate it. And at the very end, you should have 5 to 6 tasks that are not automatable or delegatable. And those are the tasks that only you can focus on. But it's so much better because in the beginning, you might have had 30 plus tasks that you had no idea how to figure out. Maybe you had a freelancer working with you, but it was kind of like all over the place. It was all jumbled. There were no real system. And you basically went from spending all week trying to service your clients and keeping up with the client work to now only spending a few hours per week managing the top level systems of everything. Now, look, what I just showed you works. If you fix your acquisition, your sales, and your service delivery with the frameworks that I just showed you, you could probably add another 5 to 10K per month. But unfortunately, you're still fucked because in 6 months, something will break in your business. And that could be platforms changing, your niche getting too saturated, or people have heard of your offer way too much, or whatever tactic that you're currently using to get clients or to do sales, it will stop working. And then you're back here on YouTube looking for more fixes. And this is the problem with learning what to do instead of how to think and how to fix and approach things. Now, SuccessMap teaches you how to think. It teaches you how to build positioning so client chase you. It teaches you how to close deals without sounding desperate. And it teaches you how to build systems that work without you. And most importantly, how you can solve your own business problems without having to wait for another course or another YouTube video. So basically you have two choices. Either in 12 months, you'll be exactly where you currently are right now. You're working all these countless hours. Your income is inconsistent or you're basically stuck at a plateau. Or in 12 months, you'll be making 100K per month plus, and you're only going to be working a few hours per week because you've built insane systems that work without you and they're absolutely scalable. The link is in the description. I want you to watch the breakdown. If it's for you, then go ahead and join. If not, then I'll see you in the next video.